Hey everyone, Tsetzuko here with another World of Warcraft Shadowlands guide for you. If you're new here to the channel, hit that subscribe button for more great World of Warcraft guides and coverage here on the channel. Now in this video, we're going to be talking about what to do once you hit level 60 on a weekly and a daily basis. We're going to approach this from the perspective of you logging in on your reset day and just wanting to get everything together so that you're ready for the week and ready to go. This guide is based on what's available for the major content patch 9.0, and I'll have future videos covering additional stuff that you can do in future major content patches. As you view this guide, keep an eye out for an icon that will indicate whether a step is purely a weekly step or a daily step. When you're going back through this guide, you can just keep in mind that anything that has a weekly step on it is something you do once per week, and anything that has the daily step icon on it is something that you can do every single day. So after your initial weekly login on the reset, when you collect everything and knock out your weeklies, you can come back through this guide and just focus on the daily steps every day when you log in after the daily reset. We're going to kick things off here in Oribos. This is where we're going to start, and we need to visit 3 different places here in Oribos to collect everything that we need. So first we're going to head over to the Enclave, which is located on the western side of Oribos. And when we get over here, we're going to want to talk to Zorak. He is the Marshal of Conflict, and he will offer you 2 quests each week. Observing Arenas, which asks you to obtain honor in the arenas. This will grant you some conquest, honor, and also 2 multimodal anima containers, which will add a total of 500 anima into your Covenant's reservoir. Now, if you don't want to PvP at all, you can skip these, but if you do PvP, these will give you some additional Covenant resources. After this, we're going to want to head over to the complete opposite side of Oribos, and we're going to head to an area that is a little bit weird to get to and hard to see on the map. So we're going to head over to the inn, which is located on the eastern side of Oribos, and if you're looking on the mini map, you can see these little doors with the down arrows. That indicates that there is a space underneath the inn, and that is actually where we want to go. So we're going to head back here. You can head either to the right or left side once you enter the inn. It doesn't matter. Then you're going to go down the stairs. This is going to take you to a special part of Oribos called the Broker's Den. Now, once we get in here, we're going to want to talk to 2 different NPCs. The first one here is Finder Tasul, and he will give us a weekly dungeon quest. In this case, I've got the Necrotic Wake, and this quest will let you choose a commendation for any of the 4 major reputation factions that will reward 500 reputation when you use it. You'll also get 5 cartel exchange vessels, which grant 35 anima in your Covenant's reservoir for about 175 or so. So this is a once weekly dungeon quest that you can pick up from him for rep and also some anima. Over here on the other side of the room, we have Talon, the Antiquary, and he has the exact same kind of quest, but it will be for a different dungeon. In this case, I've got Turn a Scythe. So we're going to pick these up, and then we're going to head out of here to our final destination in Oribos. We're going to head over to the Great Vault. If you're looking at the inn, you're going to want to go over to the left. The Great Vault is located just slightly north of the inn, and it's this giant thing right here. You're going to want to check and see if there are time walking events up. You're going to want to talk to Caretaker Katol and access him for a special time walking quest here, which will usually ask you to complete some time walking dungeons for some Nathrian treasures. After that, you want to walk up to the Great Vault and just take a look at it and kind of figure out what your game plan is for the week. As you progress through different types of content every week, you'll unlock new gear options within the Great Vault, and then you can collect these every week as well. If you have a reward waiting for you from the previous week, obviously you'll want to collect that. But once you're done, get a feel for what you want to do this week. Do you want to focus on PvP, mythic dungeons, raids, a little bit of both? How far do you want to progress? Kind of set a goal for yourself for this week. After we're done at the Great Vault, the next step is to head out to the Maw. If you're not sure how to get to the Maw, you're going to head up to the second floor of Oribos, and you do that by using this portal here. There's one on the other opposite side as well. And then once you teleport up, just turn around and drop into the Maw here. Now, if you're level 60, you should know how to do this, but that's just a reminder for you. Once you actually get into the Maw, you're going to head down to Venari, our friend here in the Maw, who's going to have 1 to 2 weekly quests for you that are specifically for the Maw. So if we go up to Venari, we're going to see that there's a quest available here, and mine is a Spark of Light. This is going to task me with something that I need to do in the Maw, and it's going to reward me with a nice chunk of Stygia, which is the currency that you spend at Venari in order to get permanent upgrades to what you can do in Torghast and the Maw itself. Now, while you're here, you're going to want to check your map, and you're going to want to look for this, the Wrath of the Jailer event. This is an event that repeatedly spawns within the Maw that you can complete once per week, and completing this event will get you a high-level piece of gear, as well as your usual Maw drop rewards. If this is up, you want to go ahead and try to tackle that. Remember, you can only get the rewards from this once per week, so once you're done with it, you're done. This is a challenging fight, so you're going to want to make sure that you have a group, or that you can queue up with some randoms, or get into a group, or you approach this when it's already in progress with a nice group of people. While we're here in the Maw, we're going to talk about the daily thing that you're going to want to do in the Maw. Each day, 2 new quests will spawn in the Maw, and you can see them via these blue exclamation marks here. These are your daily quests for the Maw, and you're going to want to make sure that you complete these every day in order to maximize your reputation with Venari and also the rewards that you can get from the Maw. So if you have the time and you want to stop by and go ahead and knock these out while you're collecting these every week, or if you want to kick off your day by just hopping over to the Maw and knocking these out, make sure that you do that. Now, when you're in the Maw, you have to pay attention to your Eye of the Jailer debuff here. The higher this gets, the more difficult it becomes to complete activities in the Maw. So you're going to want to make sure that if you are doing that Wrath of the Jailer event, you're going to want to make sure that you have enough space on the debuff that you can either complete that event and have plenty left over to do your daily quest, or that you're just kind of finishing out what you're doing with the Maw, and that's going to complete it for you, and you're going to be able to leave. So completing the Wrath of the Jailer event and completing the weekly quests from Venari will add a significant amount of threats or stacks to your bar here, so make sure that you have the leeway to knock those out. What I would recommend doing generally is just getting your dailies out of the way and then doing either the event or the weekly quests on top of that. Now, while we're here, there's another place that we want to go every week, which is good old Torghast. The portal to Torghast is right over here by Venari. If you haven't accessed this yet, all you have to do is keep doing your Covenant campaign, and you'll gain access to Torghast eventually. Once you come in here, every week there are going to be 2 different wings of Torghast available for you to play through and get rewards for. Now, the way these rewards work is you're able to gain rewards once per week, per wing, per layer. And I know that might sound a little bit weird, but when you come up here, there's going to be 3 doorways here, and there are 3 doorways up here. There's going to be normally 1 activated wing here and 1 here, but that's always subject to change. So these are the wings. So each week you can get rewards from both of the wings. When you approach a wing to enter, it's going to have you choose a layer. If we walk up, this menu shows what the layers for Torghast are, what you have access to, what's available. So I currently on this character have access to layer 1 and layer 2. So I can get a reward each week from layer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, provided I have access to them and can complete them. You can go into the wing and you can choose to complete layer 1 and then layer 2 and layer 3, because as you progress through these layers, the difficulty does increase. Or if you want to potentially save time and you're confident in your ability, completing any layer will give you the rewards for all the previous layers that you haven't collected rewards from yet. So in this case, if I was at the Soul Forges and I went in at layer 2, because I've already completed layer 1, I would only get the rewards for layer 2, and then I would be done with the Soul Forges for the week, unless I unlocked layer 3, which I would by defeating layer 2, and then I could continue to progress from there. So each week you can collect your stuff that way, or if I were to go up here to this second wing, you're going to see that on this one, I haven't completed any of the layers. So here I have the option. I can go in and do layer 1 and then do layer 2, or I can just go do layer 2 and it will give me the rewards for layers 1 and 2 for that single run. So if you're confident in your ability and you want to save time, it's in your best interest to complete the highest layer possible, because you'll get rewards for all the previous ones. If you're working on Torghast, getting used to it, improving your skills, and you want more practice, then doing something like layer 1 and then layer 2 is probably the better option, because chances are you can complete layer 1 and you may struggle on layer 2 and you might not be able to finish it, but you will have gotten your rewards for layer 1. So approach Torghast however you like in that sense, whatever you think is appropriate for you. Do keep in mind that a Torghast run is decently long. It's depending on your class, specialization, and group composition. So make sure you have the time for it. Don't feel like you have to knock these out right away. You just want to complete both of them by the time the week is up. Now, at this point, we're basically done with the Maw. We've collected everything. We know everything that's going on for the week. We've touched on our dailies. So the next thing to do is head to our Covenant Sanctum. Now, this is obviously going to be different based on which Covenant you are. On this character, I am aligned with the Venthyr. So my Covenant is going to be out in Rivendreth at Sinfall, but you can replicate all these steps regardless of your covenant, because these things are available for everyone regardless of what specific covenant they had. So we're going to head out to the Covenant Sanctum and then we'll catch back up and we'll talk about what to grab there. All right, once you get to your Covenant Sanctum, you're going to want to look for 2 quests. The first one should be at your Sanctum Upgrades NPC, and it'll be called Replenish the Reservoir. So what this will have you do is collect anima, and this will give you an emblem of renown, which will increase your Covenant renown rank by 1. You want to complete this every week so that you can maximize your renown. Your renown is the big system that ties to a lot of your Covenant upgrades, and you can go to the Keeper of Renown and you can see what your renown rank is and the various rewards that you get for increasing it. Also, your Renowned Quartermaster will allow you to purchase different things based on your Renowned rank and the amount of anima that you need to spend for it. The second quest should be at your Soul Warden NPC, and it should be a quest that will ask you to rescue souls from the Maw. This will also give you an emblem of renown as well as redeemed souls, which you can use to empower your Covenant Sanctum. So pick both of those up, and those will be the weekly quest for your Covenant. As you go around your Covenant Sanctum, you're going to want to keep an eye out for something called callings. Callings are the equivalent of your once per day quest that you can access in your Covenant, and they will reward you with a cache of equipment, gear, resources, whatever happens to pop out of the cache when you get it. These are going to be identifiable within your covenant by the blue exclamation marks that you can find on your minimap. And you'll also see a giant blue exclamation mark over the quest giver's head. When you run up and approach them, you're going to pick up that quest, and then you can open up your map and you can check your callings. And this will show you the different callings that you have and also what the reward will be. Like I said, these are going to be tributes, which can have valuable items and also should increase your rep with the relevant faction for your covenant. So that's going to cover the daily and weekly stuff that you need to pick up at your covenant. So get your 2 weekly Renown item quests, and then also make sure that every day you pop back in and you pick up your new calling for the day. An easy way to finish the Replenish the Reservoir weekly quest is just to run a couple of dungeons, as they reward a large amount of anima at max level. And the Return Lost Souls just has you go back out into the Maw and to rescue some souls there. So as you go out into the Maw to do those daily quests that pop up, you're going to be able to complete this 5 souls rescue pretty quickly. The next thing that you're going to want to do every week is make sure that you take down the weekly world boss. There are 4 different world bosses in Shadowlands that are on a rotation, so you'll have a different one every week. There is 1 boss per zone. If you open up your mini-map, you're going to be looking for the world quest icons that have the elite dragon symbol around them. There may be more than one, but the one for the world boss is going to have their name in purple. So you can see here Valinor, the Light of Eons. And also it'll say 0 of 1 Valinor slain, or whatever the world boss is. And this will give you 250 anima for your reservoir. And also if you're still gearing up, it will give you a relatively high piece of gear for your character as well. Note, that's a chance for it to drop the gear. You will definitely get the 250 anima. Also, the world bosses have a good chance to drop various legendary recipes and also conduits for your covenant. The last weekly thing that you might want to tackle is getting into the Castle of Nathria raid, whether that's with a guild or a group, which if that's the case, you probably have that all figured out, or whether that is queuing up for LFR in order to pug through some of the dungeons, gear yourself up, and make progress there. After that, it all comes down to your dailies. Like I said, we've got the dailies out in the Maw that you're going to want to go and complete. But outside of that, it just comes down to what you feel like is the most important thing for you to do. If you want to PvP, then go out and PvP and earn honor. If you want to gear up your character, start running dungeons. Focus on getting your gear level up to where you can run heroics, then run heroics until you can get into mythics, and then get on that mythic plus dungeon treadmill. If you are looking to farm reputation, more anima, gear up some alts or that kind of stuff, then I highly recommend you get out there and you focus on world quest out in the regular zones. And I also recommend that you pick up the World Quest List add-on. That's my add-on of choice for giving me a quick overview of what's available for World Quests for myself. So I can quickly look through and go, yep, there's a couple pieces of gear I want to get, or hey, there's a quest for this faction I'm trying to grind the rep for, and can go from there. So, in summary, we're going to recap here at the end. You're going to start off in Oribos. You're going to pick up your dungeon quest. You're going to pick up your arena quests. You're going to check for a time walking quest, collect your reward from your weekly vault, and decide what you're going to focus on this week. Then you're going to head out to the Maw. At the Maw, you're going to pick up your weekly quest from Venari. You're going to check for the Wrath of the Jailer event. You're going to grab your daily quests and complete those. And then you're going to head into Torghast and work on the wing completion and layer completion there for your weekly Soul Ash rewards. You're going to go to your Covenant and you're going to pick up your 2 weekly Renown-based Covenant quests. You're also going to pick up your daily calling, or callings if you have multiple, so that you can complete those. Next, you're going to head out and make sure that you take down the world boss for the week and focus on queuing into LFR for Castle Nathria or running that with your guild or your friends as you need to. Beyond that, you're just going to focus on what you need to do for your own personal goals, whether that's getting into PvP, gearing up your characters via normal, heroic, and mythic plus dungeons, or farming reputation, alt gear upgrades, or anima via world quests. As you progress through the Renown system of your Covenant, more and more features will become available to you, and you can incorporate those into your routine as well. This is going to include things like adventures or your Covenant mini games. All that stuff I'll be tackling in a separate video, as that is stuff that you do have to get to and you do have to really unlock, and you don't kind of get right away at level 60. And they're also just kind of like deeper systems that I feel like we can make into a full video. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I hope it's helped you figure out this huge mess of stuff that you do at level 60, and it kind of made some sense out of it. If you liked this video and it did help you, please throw a like on the video. The likes really do help. Leave a comment in the comment section below if you have a question or a comment to drop. If you're new here, don't forget to smash the subscribe button for more great World of Warcraft guides and content. I hope you guys are having fun in Shadowlands. Don't forget to check the links in the description below for the channel Patreon, the channel Discord, and more. I'm happy to have you here on the channel, and I'll see you on the next video.